Hey you, it's Shariel here, the Kingdom Cheerleader, and it's Testimony Tuesday. A day to share your story, a day to tell your testimony about how you've overcome something through the goodness of Jesus, because we all know that it is no one but God that we are able to testify and give a testimony, okay? Every trial and test does produce a testimony, and give it time, patience, and your process, and you will see that God's hand was in it all along, that he will work all things together for the good of those who are called according to his purpose, for the good of those who love him. It is not only Christ that we live, it is not only Christ that we suffer with, it is not only that to the glory of God that we are his workmanship, that we are able to say, hey, my life was in shambles. I was a wretched wretch like the most of them. And God in his sovereignty, God in his enormous love for me, swooped me up, covered me, and propelled me forward in a process that was not like anyone else's, but it could be close to someone else's. So it's Testimony Tuesday. My testimony is so many variations of things, but the one that I want to focus on today is suffering in silence. Sometimes we have this toxicity of what goes on in this house stays in this house. Sometimes we have the mantra of don't tell everyone your business because everyone can't handle it, and or everyone is going to talk about you. But the devil is a lie. Most times than not, we need to speak up. We need to talk to someone who is healthy, whole, and living their life in another level that we would like to obtain or glean from, and pray for the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, how we can be better in getting over that thing that we're facing. Suffering is not the end, okay? Suffering is a prerequisite for the things that you want to absolutely walk in power and authority over. And sometimes, no, you don't want those things. All of the time you don't want those things to happen to you, but they do. And when they do, you have to take into account why, when, and how these things are happening, and cling to God. Like, get in his word, get around his people, seek him. Like, there are things that you can absolutely do in participating with getting yourself to another side. It's Testimony Tuesday, and I'm here to tell you, suffering in silence is not the answer. Suffering in silence is not the way. And there is another way. And I pray that we are the generation that will call things to the carpet, that we are the whistleblowers, that we are the ones to say, hey, that's not right, and be the ones of advocation and justice for others to become greater and live life on another page and in another side. It's been a long Testimony Tuesday, but listen, I made a decision that I wasn't going to suffer in silence. And if you wanted the story to be different, you should have treated me better on all sides, in all areas. Not that I'm perfect, and not that I'm like holier than thou, but right is right and wrong is wrong. It's Testimony Tuesday. That's a snippet of my story. What's your story? Have a good day.